quick warning, we're going to be talking about Popstar Academy to the end of this episode because there's so much to unpack. If you haven't watched it yet, sorry. You can come back and listen to our dissection after.
I have just decided maybe I want a lip, but maybe it's too late. Maybe it's a rat food without a lip.
You can absolutely put on a lip. I can eat more ragu.
We're going to start. And I'm going to do a lip.
I'm going to do a lip
That
as
is the
we
start
start.
of the
And I'm going to
episode.
tell the rads that I've absolutely poorly planned for this episode. I heated up my mum's hot pasta ragu. That sounds ugly, but it's fucking delicious. Absolutely too close to recording. And then Tom was framing us up. And then you guys just both looked at me going, what's the plan here? I went, I guess I'll eat my gorgeous hot ragu after the episode.
It's the way you're going, I really can eat this later. And we were like, all right. And then you're like, no, I really can. As you continued to eat. And we were like, I don't know what you thought was going to happen here when you heated up your ragu.
Oh, my God.
A mere 2 seconds before walking in here.
It's me taking, because I stayed at my mum's last night, it's me heating up some ragu and then going, I'll just do a container for Mel as well.
That's very
sweet.
sweet.
And that's being in love. Fuck, it's hot and steaming. I'm not eating it on pod. It's going to sit there.
No, guys, something bizarre has just happened.
What?
No, this is bizarre. This isn't planned. This isn't a bit. A packet of sultanas has just fallen. This is like weird, and I'm not a woo-woo person. A packet of sultanas. You can see, rewind the footage. I was just getting a lipstick from my bag. A packet of sultanas has fallen out of my bag. I don't eat sultanas.
Well, based on the viral TikTok recently.
In our TikTok, we were like, I hate sultanas. Who did this?
Tom?
It's a prank.
It was Atlas.
It would have been fucking
was my
Atlas.
son.
Was it you?
Open, and it's half open. What's
Wait.
going on?
Is there
No,
still
genuinely,
sultanas in
where did
there?
these sultanas...
The Ouija sultanas.
Give them here. Where did these
Give 'em
sultanas
here.
come from?
Give us a pass.
Okay, the scary thing is these are half eaten.
Yeah, I know.
The only thing I can think of
What is going
is
on?
you came from a voiceover gig before this. Did they
Thanks so much for that drop.
Did they go into
I'm
your
working
bag?
actor.
Why are sultanas in Mel's bag?
Why are sultanas in the bag?
No, Tom, this is a prank. You
No,
did it.
no.
Tom, be
Nah,
so
Tom,
fucking
be for real.
serious.
It's not that deep from my end. Surely someone just
not that deep.
slipped them in there for fun.
Does Sarah buy sultanas ever?
It's weird. I would never buy the Coles brand sultanas either.
Hold on. Are you
Whoa.
sure? Wait, question. Are you sure they fell out of your bag or they weren't on the
Yes.
floor from like another recording and you thought that they're
No,
yours?
they absolutely toppled out of my bag.
Tom, be for real. You put
No, it
sultanas in
wasn't
Mel's.
me. Is there
Tom, did
is there
you
remnants of sultanas in the bottom
No,
of the
I
bag?
just don't think.
This is
But
the
there
stuff we
is.
need to be talking about on mic.
Do you know what? There you go. We've got sultanas. I've got a million things out on the table.
She's got about
Some sultanas.
Happy rat food.
42 fidgets,
From one to all.
lipstick, one pair of headphones, orange pillowy bag,
It's all
change of
going
clothes.
on.
Now, I dropped that in because we were talking just before about voiceover work.
We were.
Because you and I both love a voiceover job. You just came from one. Are you
did.
feeling vocally warm?
I am. I'm feeling ease in my esophagus. The
Yep.
closure of vocal cords.
What was the style that you had to do today? If you were to just give a sentence, what was the style of voiceover
That's
work?
a really good question because it was really specific.
Okay, tell me.
And I think that this is where my voice would get pitched in general, even though I don't think it's naturally like I
Yeah.
don't think it's my everyday.
No, it's not your natural
But I
trait,
think what I
yep.
can drop into is that I'm going to try to think of a version of the phrase that isn't what it was because I can't say what it was.
Yep.
Okay, it was like this. It might as well have been this.
Yeah.
When you're tired, when you're stressed. That one's the one.
That one's the
A
one.
little bit of vocal fry. A little
Cool
bit of
girl.
she's not like the other girls. She's relaxed.
Yeah.
Tiny bit of husk.
It's giving like buy it or not.
Yeah.
The choice is up to you.
Bit of laugh in the voice. I
Bit
would
of
say a
laugh.
couple lines. I was like, and now you're fucking freezing.
Voiceover work. Do you enjoy it? I love voiceover work.
Love it.
It's so fun.
Want to do more of it.
Yeah.
I've only done. It's not like I do it a lot at all.
Neither.
But no, really fun. I think
Yeah.
the vocal nerd element of
Yes.
it all is really fun.
Yeah.
And then being like, here, can we actually like if you take more of a break there or like put the emphasis on that or like I love when it feels like acting and they're like,
Yeah.
can you actually like while you're talking about that paddle pop, could you actually imagine you're in love with the paddle pop? And I'm like, I'm fucking dropped in.
It's such an art to it, isn't it? A lot of Jesus Christ, start that sentence again.
when you
A lot of voiceover artists say that there's such a method to it, even in the sense of like the most minute details. We're actually going to make this go for 12 seconds, not 15. But can you make it sound like you've got more time? Make it sound like you're surprised by the midway point, and then that like you're done with the statement by the end. And I'm like, that is like magic.
It's a bit drama school coded.
It's a bit drama school coded. The best voiceover thing I've ever done is when I got to go, authorised by the blah, blah, blah government Canberra, spoken by Samantha Andrew. And I went,
so
I've made
jealous.
it. But it's me and my vocal fry going, authorised by blah, blah, blah. I only
Can
ever
you
get
give us
booked.
one? Can you give us one dropped in?
Okay.
Drop the fuck in.
Authorised by the Australian Government Canberra, spoken by Samantha Andrew.
So did you have to put on Tracy Grimshaw voice?
Yeah, it was like a bit more formal
Is
at
that
the
a
end
thing
because
they
it was a
say?
government ad. Yep. So I had to record it for the end of the ad, which is so iconic. But I'm only ever get booked for when the blah and you blah blah. Then you don't even need it, and that's up to you.
And it's all of it.
I'm never being booked for like 40 winks, like those like big yelling
You're like,
ones.
hey, yeah.
Well, you're welcome. She does voiceover work here every week. It's Mel O'Brien.
I'm going to try it. Can I do my very own Australian government?
Go.
Okay, I'm actually going to try and drop in. Authorised by the Australian government. No, I think I still sound a bit...
No, that was
Which
good.
is weird because you're an opera girl. I thought the
Yeah.
formal girl would be in you.
Okay. Authorised by the Australian government, Melbourne. Read by Mel O'Brien. I can't do it.
Now you're going to give me stock's got to go this
Whoa, okay,
weekend.
okay.
Sales are flying out the
Okay,
door.
okay,
Be
okay,
there,
okay.
be square.
All right. Every day, 4 o'clock, more carpets coming out the door, flying. Get one with stripes, $49.80. Get one with stripes, $99.90. Where Pack Hoppers Crossing.
That's so good.
Sorry to headphone users. I gotta get a voice reel.
It's so fun. Are you a fan of ads that are just voiced, Tom?
Yeah.
It's really important.
Are you a fan of ads? I don't know why that really tickled me.
I don't know because they always used to like my ears would prick when
that
they'd
up.
play. I remember the like you're paying too much for diamonds. That ad used to play and I used to be like, what's her story?
that the
I
one-
do think about the voiceover
That's
artist.
the one where she did a like she did it. Do you remember that ad?
With no context. That's a weird sentence.
Yeah. It was for a diamonds or a rings company or something like that.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I do like a good ad.
I love a good ad.
I feel myself aging sometimes when I'm watching Netflix and I've been watching couples therapy at the moment. So
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Dr. Orna. You would
don't know
adore
it.
that. Oh,
Great.
Right.
Right.
You'll be watching that. And it's so good, but I feel myself aging where in between, like, because it's on SBS On Demand, so it has,
Yeah.
like, ads. And when an ad will come up, I'll go, geez, that's a great ad.
Yeah,
And
I
go-
do the same.
And I go, who am I? My mum? Like,
I do the
I've
same.
never heard someone my age go,
Yeah.
wasn't that a great ad?
No, I'm the exact same. And I'll go, God, that's a clever pitch. Like, that's so cool that got greenlit. Fuck me. What's your least favourite style of ad? Either like on screen or just voice on the radio. Like, is there a certain...
I do hate the ones that are love the cause, but hate the style of like the ones where it'll be like grayscale and it'll be like a child in an orphanage, and it'll be like because every Christmas,
Yeah.
17 million children. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah. That's a very
I
fair
can't
one to
unsee
dislike.
that kid in the hair and makeup chair in the truck, and then being like, let's add some dirt on the chin. Let's add some dirt on the cheek. And I'm just like, it does take me out of the moment. I'm sorry.
That's so perfect. Yeah, them going, sorry, just get that shot again. Just look more hungry. Sorry, we're rolling up. Sorry, no, gaffers, offset. It feels so wrong.
feels really
What's yours,
correct.
Tom?
I think
And
Australian...
do you like ads, Tom? Just kidding.
Let's open it up.
Australian bank ads are sort of special. They're
What
so
kind of style are they?
they're so dry, but they try and be fun.
Oh,
You know, have you seen like the NAB ads where they're like, you know,
Mind?
and there's all like VFX of like, you know, we've outgrown this place, so you need to come to NAB to get a bank loan. I'm not pitching it well,
Don't know it.
but they're all
we
bank,
just spend our
Combank.
money. We
I know
don't
it.
get pitched ads for banks.
Guys, my
That's a
favorite
good
thing.
laugh.
Have you guys seen that video of Kristen Chenoweth doing, you know, those filters on Instagram where it's like,
Oh, no.
it'll be like a string of Broadway shows and
Yeah.
like in a filter that like runs through.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
You know, like games on Instagram
Yes.
filters type things.
Yeah, right.
And she does this. This is just a context if you ever hear me say it. And it's like Kristen Chenoweth has become this really memey video in the past like few years. And she like, it comes up and it's like carousel. And she's like, I love that one. And it's like hairspray. And it's like, yes, I love that one. And then Legally Blonde, the musical comes up and she like looks over her glass and she goes, don't know it.
That voice is so good as
And then Kristen Chenoweth, don't know it.
Don't know it.
So if you ever hear me say, don't know it. That's
I
what
don't
that
know
is.
what money, Puzzle Kingdom, Royal Kingdom, whatever game that is, what kind of money they have. But have you seen every celebrity under the sun? Jimmy Fallon, Phoebe Buffet from Friends. Don't know her actual name.
Lisa Kudrow.
The other one from Friends that's the brunette.
Neil Patrick Harris does mobile games all the time. And I'm like,
they are doing these
how much
full
are they giving
ads
you, man?
for these games. But it's like a full set. Like I saw one of the shots and I thought it was a scene from Bridesmaids. It's two of them sitting on the plane and one of them looks like, Courtney Cox looks over and she goes, what are you playing? And then she turns and she's like, obviously I'm playing Royal Kingdom and it's easy to download and it's really fun. And these ads pop up everywhere and half the comments are people going, that's AI. And then other half are like, no, they've just got cash. And they are splashing it at celebrities.
That's so interesting.
We need to do a cooking dash.
Yeah, please.
They need
I
to
need
do
to
ads.
find them. You said there's no social handles?
I reckon you'd be able to, Tom.
Yeah.
If anyone could do it, it's you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Before we swiftly move on to the thing we wanted to discuss today, my least favorite, are car ads. I can't stand them.
When they're a bit sexy.
Wrong way. And I'm always like, the woman driving the car, the man driving the car, looks like they've been ringed through the clean machine way too much. And they're so sparkly, just being like, doing a reverse parallel. I'm like, you're not getting a reverse parallel park outside Flinders Street, you dumb fuck. I hate it.
I do like the 4-wheel drive ones.
Oh, see,
I
Need
do
for
like
Speed.
those.
I fucking hate it. Zoom. I'm over it. I'm over it. All right.
Hey, you just hate it. You're just, wait, what am I trying to say? Jealousy's a bitch because you know that I've been in a car ad and you can't stand it.
Literally.
My naked ass.
From birth. Well, Mel, you're the voiceover artist of today, so you're going to take us into the ad break.
Whoa. All right, everyone. Here comes an ad. And after that, we are chatting KATSEYE, Pop Star Academy, all the rest of it.
Quick warning, we're going to be talking about Pop Star Academy to the end of this episode because there's so much to unpack. If you haven't watched it yet, sorry. You can come back and listen to our dissection after. Okay, guys, we have both watched a show separately and we haven't unpacked it.
And this was a flip. This was Sam watched it first. I would say this happens less often.
Yeah.
Sam watched it first and she went, Mel, you got it. And I went, I don't know if it's really for me. I watched the first episode. I went, it was good, but I wasn't blah. And she was like, stick with it. And I have been absolutely taken by the charm.
Yeah, Pop Star Academy on Netflix, which is basically follows the making of the girl group KATSEYE, which happened a few years ago. Are you familiar with this documentary series? It's more a documentary series than a reality competition show.
Yeah, that's so true, actually.
It's like documenting the reality show that kind of existed a year or two ago when they were making the group. I don't want to sound dramatic, but when I watched the first few episodes, I kept pausing it and going, I need to savor this because this is going to be over.
Yeah.
And it just hit everything I like in a show. Yeah. High stakes, people doing something well, girly pops, young girly pops with something to prove, music, fashion, hot, competition. Friendship. I was absolutely flabbergasted.
It ticked all the boxes on the Sammy chart.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it yet, I would highly recommend you just don't listen to this next bit and go and watch it. But basically the way it works is it's a survival show where they audition over 140,000 girls from around the world.
And these are young girls. They're not mid-20s. It's the youngest girl is 13.
13, 14,
through to 20.
20's the oldest.
20's the oldest.
And they
young.
audition all of them with audition tapes. They sing in a singing video, send in a singing video and a dancing video. Then the top, I think it's 50 or so, get brought to LA and they go through this rigorous training camp to basically become the next K-pop sensation, but it's not American, but it's using the K-pop methodology to make a universal girl group.
Yeah.
And it is fucking brutal. They get ranked from if they're vocal number 1, they get ranked vocal number 1 all the way through to vocal number 30, and they know where they stand. And it is dance all day, every day, singing all day, every day for 2 years.
It's boot camp every day for 2
2 years.
And the whole thing is it's not they've brought the people who will be the group. It's they've brought the people and every couple months they have evaluations and they send people home to end up with the 6 members of this group.
Yep. And they bring new girls in if they're we still need someone that's got that star power, or we've still got someone that needs the vocal chops. But I didn't understand because I'm not super into K-pop.
And neither am I, or was I?
I'd watched the Blackpink documentary and went, wow, this feels like just its own universe of just high-level skill and money and effort and time, etc. But they have these kind of pillars that they want all the girls to hit. So there'll be one girl that's the dancey girl, one girl that's the cutesy girl, one girl that has a good celebrity aura. I haven't named them perfectly, but that was so interesting to watch as well.
It was how rubriced it was and how specific it was. I believe the 5 things they were looking for
Tell
was
me.
vocals, dance, star quality, attitude.
Yep.
Which is like their attitude in the room. And what was the fifth one?
Something else.
Something.
Can't remember. That's what they're looking for to get them past to the final step. The ones I'm talking about are what K-pop stars look for and like talk about amongst girl groups.
Oh,
so they'll
sure.
go, oh, that girl's my cutesy one, or that girl's my vocal one. But where do we even start? What are your overall thoughts?
My overall thoughts is it was number one. It was just such a fantastic watch. I totally agree with you. It was everything.
Yep.
Everything that we like. So we couldn't be more target demo.
Yep.
Couldn't be more target demo. And I thought it was really interesting seeing. I felt like I literally was watching these girls like grow up and like become women over the space of these like 2 years. And you saw them like towards the end when they showed the footage of when they first entered the academy. I was like, oh my God, they all look so much older and they all hold themselves really differently. It was also really fun the whole way through for me to guess who I thought the final 6 was going to be.
Were you close?
So I was close. So I wrote down my final 6 guess a couple episodes before the end. And I got all of them except for 1 or 2.
Okay. Cool.
So like all of them were almost all right.
Okay.
But there were a few like gag-worthy moments. This is now just like a deep dive. If you've watched the show.
Please. You're gonna eat. I am gonna eat a thing of ragu just whilst you say it. Go for it, girl.
I was absolutely gagged when Adela went home. Absolutely gagged.
Yep.
She was like Adela. For those of you who don't know, Adela was kind of this one character who she came in. Was kind of killer in all fronts, and on top of that felt like the glue holding the group together. She was kind of like seen as the mother.
Yeah, she had a
almost,
maturity,
like, she had a maturity that a lot of the girls didn't have, and she was kind of the ones. And they even showed that producers really know what they were doing.
Yep.
They showed like a specific scene where like one of the girls was having a really rough time, and Adela was like, girls, we should all come in tomorrow and help her, or like I'm going to go in tomorrow and help her. And then literally the scene after that, she got eliminated, and it was just like, what?
Such a girl's girl.
How are you getting rid of her? She was such a girl's girl. But I wondered if, which I think is clearly, I think they alluded to this towards the end, that the vibe was like, she should go solo and she should be a solo artist, and she has. And everyone on that show is super mega famous now.
Yeah,
as well.
which is fab. She's now got like fairy floss pink hair, and she makes her music with Grimes, which is really.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Now seeing her, she kind of looks like Jenny Humphrey, if Jenny Humphrey did like pop.
Yeah.
Or like Sky Ferreira. She's got this kind of pink mullet and she just whiz bangs around the stage.
Yeah. She's a star.
Grimes is in one of her most recent music videos as well. And I was like, that's a really cool partnership. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Who else did you love?
Who did I love? Okay.
I was obsessed with Ilya. Did you like Ilya?
I loved Ilya. I loved Ilya from the start. Loved her energy, loved her personality, loved her look.
Yep.
She was clearly a really good singer. They kept saying she's like one of the top. But I did sense from the start, I was like, she's not going to make it. She doesn't have the dance chops.
No, I agree.
And
even singing chops, sometimes she didn't like hit what I think they wanted. She was like almost the not the right type of poppy, which feels unfair because there were girls that were much worse singers that went all the way through to the end.
I thought it was so interesting. Obviously, like there's like this ethics part of none of the girls when they signed the contract saying that like we'll audition for this thing and go to the Pop Star Academy, blah 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 blah. None of them consented or knew about it turning into. So pretty much what happened is that was all. It was the equivalent of going to like a drama school, right? And it was going to be filmed, and they would pick from the girl group. And then at some point in the process, they said, "Hey, now it's going to become a survival show, like a competition show, and we're going to open this up to the public, and the public are going to vote, and fans and global populations are going to have a say, as well as the teachers here at this academy." And that was kind of really interesting to see, because when that happened, there were girls who, and I'm kind of like full respect, there were girls who, like Lexi just being like, this, I've kind of realized that this is not for me, and if this is what it takes, I actually don't want it. Like, I don't like that you're pitting these girls against each other. That wasn't what we agreed to. I thought I was like, when I had a suspicion Lexi would leave.
Yes.
But I was like, oh my God, I actually really loved her energy.
Same.
And she looked like she could slot into a girl group.
This is
immediately.
Bang, bang. I want to know your thoughts. This is exactly the theory that I had with my mate Belle. We were saying that we thought Lexi was going to go all the way. You could tell the executives. She just had the look.
Executives
She had a
loved
star
her.
power, especially because Bang and all the executives were obsessed with her. And you can see when she leaves, he sits down to be interviewed and he's like, yeah, this is not what I thought was going to happen. And I'm like, and I think if Lexi stayed, KATSEYE would have been a different group. They would have been shorter and cuter and younger. And it would have been like your Emily's and the cutesy girl, the girl from Japan.
Oh, Emily was robbed.
Yeah, Emily was robbed.
Emily was robbed.
Yeah.
Emily is this like spectacular dancer. She was number one from the start in dancing.
And
it
the
just
best
feels
spirit.
And the best spirit. And
Yep.
she was one of those ones where I was like, I feel like I've watched you grow up. Like when she starts, she's pretty like quiet. And by
Yep.
the end, she keeps getting described as like this golden retriever energy,
Yep.
the most hardworking and the best dancer. And you're like, how did she not make it?
I know.
What?
And I think if Lexi didn't leave, the group would look different. Because you can tell also they're all the same height.
Yeah,
Which I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that must be a thing.
Doesn't
It's
feel
part
like
of-
a mistake.
Yeah. The energy of the group now is like sexier, a bit more mature, and a bit
Yeah.
more like the songs that they've released. I'm like, okay, you can see a few of their recent performances when they first kind of did their like launch out into the world. The costuming, I was like, oh, they're still finding their feet with what this group is. But now
It's really locked in.
yeah, and Mel hasn't seen the gnarly music video.
No, you're gonna show me later,
we're
right?
going to do a reaction video on TikTok because I
Hell yeah.
need you to see gnarly. It has changed my life.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
Oh, there's so much more to say. What else?
Yeah, there's so much. Babe, we got time.
Good.
I actually loved Megan from the start.
Same.
Loved
Same.
her facials.
Yeah.
Like,
She's got
unmatched.
a brilliant
She's a
face.
performer.
Yeah.
Loved Lara as soon as she came on stage as well.
And they do this really
screen.
cool thing at the end of like episode 4 or 5 where they're like, we still haven't found our vocal number 1.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to a shot of her. She's in these like furry boots and she goes, hi. And it goes, Lara, vocal number 1. Then the episode ends and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's 3 a.m. I'm going, well, obviously I'm watching
I
the
have to
next
go
one.
again.
Obviously I'm watching the next one. What did you think about Manon? Because she's one that's ruffled some feathers purely because, Tom, work ethic wasn't really there for her. I think she knew she was probably going the full way, if not most of the way, because they kind of brought her in at this early, like third in of the show where they went, we need someone with star power and we still don't have her. And then they found Manon. What are your thoughts?
They said about Manon, they were like, there's just something like, I think the producer or something was like, as soon as she walked out of the elevator, I was like, that's just a star. Like, so it's feel like it's that X factor thing that people talk about.
And
being
she's
like, that person just has it.
disgustingly beautiful. Yeah. She's so gorgeous. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are this. When she was not showing up to class, all of that stuff, I was like, that's shit. That's bad. I thought one of my favorite things I loved about the show was that it wasn't catty for 1 second.
Yep.
I love that all the girls, when they spoke about it in their like confessionals, were like, this is really disappointing. Like, we do feel a bit let down by Manon.
Yeah.
And then I love that Manon got spoke to.
Yep.
And then went, you're so fucking right.
Yep.
I have not been pulling my weight at all.
Yep.
This is what I want. This is my dream.
Yep.
And she brings them all into the studio and she sits them down. She goes, I want to say that I'm really sorry.
Yep.
I haven't been pulling my weight, but I'm going to start. This isn't a joke to me.
Yep.
I want it really bad. And if we're going to end up in a group together, these friendships are really important to
Yep.
me. And I respected it hard.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching. I was like, yeah, we've all like either been through that and had a moment where we've been pull your socks up.
Yeah.
Or like interpersonally as well, just
Yeah.
being like having a moment of like, because she's she was young, like 16 or 17.
Yeah, 17,
Like these
yeah.
girls are so young.
Yep.
And they're having these really like adult conversations.
Yep.
And I really respect it. And I feel like she did change towards the end.
I agree.
And she is a star in the group.
She is just a star in the group.
What did you think?
I was pretty pissed off with her at the start purely because I saw how hard other girls like Adela were working
Yeah.
and going, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Emily's in a moon boot and she's still at
Yeah.
dance classes, trying to make
all
it
the
work.
injuries as well were so hard to watch. I was like,
That's-
as a girl who's gone through injuries, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's fucking
I
sucks.
think that's the thing that really took me back is I like had these moments watching the show and I went, holy shit, I am watching a moment in time where like 30 women are working like absolute dogs for a dream and it really like hit me, especially on the the final episode where they unveil the girl group and it's to a live audience and they're all standing there in these St. Trinian style uniforms.
I loved those looks.
Oh, so hot.
I loved all the looks.
Could you imagine 2 years of a training camp being that young and them going, you're almost, and it's not, you know how sometimes with like Australian Idol, they'll win and they'll like release one single and then no one will think about them again. They were going to be catapulted into mega fame, which they do have. They are so famous. Imagine getting to the final step and then them going, sorry, Mel, it's not
Yeah,
you.
getting to
you
the
would
top 10. So the live show was like
be
the top 10 and then 4 of them didn't get it.
devastated.
Devo.
I thought Sophia was a really interesting one.
Yep.
Because I could tell, I actually remember actively thinking towards the start, I was
Yep.
like, oh, you know how you can kind of tell I was like, they're showing lots of Sophia
Yep.
confessionals.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's interesting because I don't feel like she's like shining in these first few episodes, but you could tell the way that other people talked about her, like clearly more and more and
Yep.
more. And then when the Philippines got behind her, it clearly was like,
Massively so.
oh,
Yeah.
clearly she's got something that we're just not necessarily
Yep.
like seeing all the time
Yep.
on screen.
No, I think exactly
but she was a
that.
bit of a triple threat, I think.
They were trying to push her forward, being
Yeah.
like, nope, she's going to be in the group, guys. You're going to watch
so
her.
fall in love with her.
Yeah. Also, what's really cool about it is the entire group is non-white.
Yeah.
And that's just so.
Yeah.
What was really interesting as well is when they do the unveiling of here's our top Dream Academy of like the top 20 or 30,
Yeah.
and it's basically up to the people to vote as
Yeah.
well. And countries go and back people hard. And it was so cool to see like Spain fully getting behind Daniela
Yeah.
and Thailand the Philippines getting fully behind Sophia as well. I was like, it was so interesting watching like Emily, for example,
Yeah.
an American, just not really receive
Yeah.
the votes because people didn't care as much.
And I wonder if also
Yeah.
that was like because K-pop has
Yep.
is so obviously a non-white creation.
Yep.
I wonder how much that played into the creation of the group, and probably ultimately like for the better.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
it's pretty fantastic and
Yeah.
cool, and also just representation wise for like young girls. I'm like, oh, that's
I
so
know.
cool.
And they're all so hot. And
so
a
great
few of
at
them
what
are
they do.
queer.
Yeah.
It makes me so
So who did we have? Oh, what did you think about the NDA of it all? That did gag me.
Oh,
I can't believe we haven't touched
quick,
on that.
talk about the NDA.
Oh my god, the
what
NDA.
happens?
There was this moment where so they were like going into the camp. They were like, okay, so the rules are you cannot have any social media. No one can know what you're doing here, which is also crazy. Imagine if I said to you, I mean, imagine you could have told your closest people, but imagine if I said to you, hey guys, I'm really sorry, I have to quit the pod.
Yeah.
I'm going to be away for 2 years and I can't tell you why.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I
Anyway.
guess because of what's being dangled, you just go,
Yeah, you
done.
just go, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so they're like, you can't have social media. And then a couple episodes in, they end the episode on a cliffhanger and they're like, I'm really disappointed in you girls, blah, blah, blah. You find out that they all have private Instagrams where they all only follow each other and they're private and they post things on there to each other. Anyway, obviously the producers and stuff are like, that is against the rules. You're not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
And one of the girls shared a singing video of her singing one of the, it is really
It's
bad,
an
an original song that was like going to be dropped by the girl group like 18 months later. And they were like, pretty brutally, no warning, they were like, you've broken your contract,
Yeah.
you're out of here.
Yeah.
And it was pretty like
Yeah,
full on.
it was
but I was like,
so
fuck, they're
crazy.
not joking around.
From like an artist perspective, watching it, I was just so taken back by how much like method goes into the creation of girl groups.
It was
And
mathematical.
It was mathematical. All of the executives, every single detail they were across. They're like, she needs to be in this color. She needs to be in that color. Her hair needs to be cut to here. You need to move your shoulder more this way. You need to be singing out more on
Yeah.
that line because that line's the chorus.
Yeah.
And I'm watching all of these people. I was like, I just felt, I love when things are made with such high quality. And even if the music isn't for you, what I love so much is how much effort goes into it. But on the flip side, I did have a few moments watching it going, good God, they are turning these girls into money-making machines for them. And then I had the thought, I really hope they're on good contracts where they are making money because they're not making money from the songs because they're not writing them.
Yeah.
I hope they're making good cash.
You would think. You would
I hope so.
really.
And
If
it's
they're
not all
not-
going to Hype Productions.
If they're not, they can just quit and
Yeah.
take a few
But
brand
I don't know
deals.
about
Yeah.
contracts and
I
stuff
don't
and how
know.
that works.
I'd love
Tell
to
me.
share with you what my guess was a few episodes before
Okay,
the end.
perfect.
So a few
Yeah,
episodes
and then we'll
before the
wrap,
end, I guessed Lara,
Yep.
Sophia,
Yep.
Emily,
Yep.
Na Young.
Yep.
I thought Na Young was going
Yeah,
to
she
make
was
it.
fantastic.
Megan and Manon.
That's
So
pretty fucking
close.
strong.
Na Young, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
I really thought she was a no-brainer.
She was really, really fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's been basically Popstar Academy.
I back it. Thanks
guys,
so much for listening to our deep dive.
just go and watch it. It's
It is
absolutely terrific.
fantastic.
What we also haven't really done is we haven't spoilt the members because this group has been around for a bit now.
Yeah,
and a lot of
yeah,
people
yeah.
would know KATSEYE from that viral song that's like, touch, 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 touch. That one that went
Yeah.
viral and everyone did a TikTok dance to. That's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well.
That's that.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. From talking about ads to KATSEYE.
Hey, they really can do it all.
I love Media Man. We will see you next week for a beautiful rat bag.
We will.
And another rat food next week as well.
We also have a really exciting announcement just quickly before you go. So Sam and I will be doing a live podcast of Ratbag in Naarm in Melbourne. If that is something that you would like to come to, it's a part of a festival, like a podcasting festival called Cheerful Earful. And it's on in October. We're going to pop the link in the description.
Yep.
But please do come along.
Yeah, we'd love to meet
it's going to be
you guys.
really fun. Yeah, we're going to have just like a room of rats, a live pod.
Room of live rats.
A room of live rats.
And it's very low capacity.
Very low capacity. There
I think
you go.
like 140 is pushing it.
Okay.
Ah.
So it's, but you can, if you miss out, you can buy tickets to watch it live on like online.
Love that.
There
But
you go.
I reckon our listeners want to be one of those first 140.
There you
Hell
go.
yeah.
So jump on ASAP to snatch those up because I imagine they will go quite quick.
Yeah, I'm so excited for our debut live pod
It's
thing.
gonna be
We've never
so
done
fun.
anything ever.
Yeah.
For the pod live. So
Yeah, I'm
fuck
so
yeah.
sad I'm going to be in Dublin and miss it.
I can't believe you're not going to be
I
here.
know,
You're on
it's
a
the
mega
way-
That feels
tour.
so
I know,
incorrect.
it's so sad.
Oh,
It's almost like you're going on a world tour with Auntie Donna or something. I don't know who they are. But all right, us and this Homer Simpson mug say goodbye. See you rats next week.
Bye.
This is a Grouse House podcast.
Mel and Sam would like to acknowledge that this podcast was created and recorded on stolen land.
The original custodians of this land have had a rich history of storytelling for over 65,000 years, and we pay our respects to the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, whose land we are making Ratbag on.
Treaties were never signed, sovereignty was never ceded, always was and always will be Aboriginal land.